the team. So I knew we were going to ask about customers. So our customers are between the ages of 18 to 35. So it's very much Gen Z, millennial kind of culture. Typically, our audience is based in Africa, EU, and South America. So you can see the percentage breakdowns over here and what their respective populations are. In terms of revenues per customer, our average revenue per user is roughly $11.42, and our customer acquisition cost is 89 cents. Keep in mind that our fees are a percentage of those revenues, and it works out to roughly 13.8%. In terms of active users, so we've got 10,000 total users. You asked what that means. It means that they've come onto the platform and they've created an NFT on the platform, or they've collected and purchased an NFT on the platform. In terms of monthly active users, we're sitting at roughly 2,400 monthly active users, with that metric growing month on month as well. In the beginning, we believe that monthly active users is always a strong metric to focus on and to drive upwards. But because we're trying to acquire users and give users their first ever crypto assets in their wallet, we believe that there's customer stickiness that comes from that when you have real value in your crypto wallet. And for example, if you have a stock trading or investing app, you may not open it every single day, but because you have money locked up into that ecosystem, there's stickiness that comes along with that. So the users are bound to stick around if we can add enough value to those wallets and list enough value-added assets to keep those users coming back. Does that answer the question? Anything?
Yes, and what? Well, so follow-on question, and I don't want to hog this, but a follow-on question which is directly related is, what's your customer acquisition strategy?
Yeah, so we have a really, really strong organic marketing approach that we've been bullish on from the beginning, and we knew that it would take some time to build up. But we're documenting the entire process of running the startup from day one. That's live on YouTube, and we release those episodes frequently, so people can follow along with the journey. This has two added benefits. So number one, it can acquire customers for us because they know, trust, and understand the business. They know the people behind it. This isn't just a fly-by-night crypto, startup. The other thing that it does for us is it attracts employees. So we've actually had a number of people that we've managed to attract to our company purely based off the fact that they're watching how our company operates and how we go about doing the things that we do. So along with that organic reach, we've gotten consistent organic coverage. We've reached over 200 million unique readers, listeners, and viewers. This comes from the big NFT auctions that we throw quarterly, as well as with charitable projects and other projects that we run through the company. And as an example of this organic reach strategy, you can see TikTok as a use case. TikTok is the #1 social media application for the Gen Z population, which is our target audience. And a lot of the other NFT marketplaces, which would be considered competitors, are on TikTok. OpenSea is the most active. They've been around for 5 years and raised over $300 million in funding. And they've got about 7,000 followers and 19,000 likes. We've been on TikTok for much less than a year, in fact, and we've raised only 600K. And we're already matching their followers and drastically surpassing their likes. And I know this seems like a vanity metric, but it's not, because this is how we convert users towards trusting and converting towards our application. So to answer your question on how we're marketing, it's a strong content marketing approach. We've seen 124% month-over-month growth. And to make up the in-between, it really is typical Google ads, Google search ads mainly. We do a little bit of Facebook and Instagram ads, but not much.
Okay, I'm going to keep quiet now because I have lots more questions, but I'm going to keep quiet.
Laurent.
I'm happy to go. Thank you so much, Aaron. I'm an advisor with a fund that's investing in the space. It's exciting times, a lot still to be defined, right? And the on-ramp and off-ramp of users is so important. And I appreciate the fact that you've addressed that directly, which is great. I would love to kind of build on Raj's question. He talked about the customer, but tell me about community and DAOs and other things. How do you think about this idea of community as you think about what you're building and creating?
Yeah, so community is so important, especially when we're talking about the crypto space, and building a community is extremely important. This speaks to the content marketing approach as well, right? So 90% of what we're doing in those activities is just trying to educate the population and not necessarily a hard sell on the product. So we do a lot of education on what are NFTs, what is crypto, what is a DAO, right? But I'm so glad that you asked that question, because that's actually a key part of our 2022 roadmap. So we're actually going to be building in completely decentralized peer-to-peer messaging on the application using a decentralized ledger. And then we're attacking on the ability to use DAOs as membership to groups, or NFTs as memberships to groups. And this is effectively a minimal viable product for a DAO, right? So anybody in the world could create a suite of NFTs using Moment and allow those NFTs to give access to a private group on a peer-to-peer messaging platform. And that's how you can build a really tight-knit community, or a DAO that makes decisions on a grander scale. So we definitely think DAOs are the next big thing, and we're hot on that space. Yeah, and otherwise, we foster our community on Discord, which is the go-to for the crypto community. Yeah, we've got about 1,000 users in our community Discord, and it's growing. Lots of questions, lots of customer feedback. We operate on a highly iterative approach, so we listen to our users as much as possible, see what they like and love. We often hold polls and questions on what should we